What's up, everybody? It's Davo. You know what I do. You know what it is. It's big stadium time. And I'm not talking about any of that rectangle stuff. We're breaking the code on this one. Guarantee it. So let's jump right in. A while back, I made a video about building a Ferris wheel, but I was disappointed it didn't save. I wanted to expand upon that idea, but use a method that actually saves this time around. But since then, new tools have come around, and this allows me to make epic structures and save them too. Check this out. The idea I had in mind was that I was going to create something like a slice or a piece of a pie. Started this idea off by building me a really long floor. I wanted this stadium to have some sort of outside wall that I could interact with. Maybe make some doors or put some traps around it, something I can build off of. I didn't want to leave my interior empty, so I came in and just kind of built some things that if I wanted to, I could build different sections later on. For the rooftop, I tried to make it a nice round curve, but I also added a bunch of half logs that I eventually turned into spikes. To make things unique on the outside, I also added this little A-frame area and put some defenses on it as well. I initially drew this slice out on a piece of graph paper to kind of give me the idea and the shape that I wanted to, and the overall design was really close to what I wanted to achieve. Overall, it took me about 5 minutes to draw this out on a piece of paper, and about another 20 minutes building it out. Didn't take long at all. And what I do next is going to change everything about the way you thought you knew how to build in this game, trust me. Just about anything is possible with this tool called Build Share. Watch what I do. You can add this structure into your elements. I created a new building and selected the structure that I just made. Once you have structures saved in Build Share, you can reproduce these anywhere you'd like. All you have to do is spawn them in and place them in a good location. I'd make sure there's extra room around just in case you gotta slide into a better spot. Now that I can see my slices in place, I can use another tool called Unity Explorer. This is gonna help me position this piece and also make sure that my rotation is correct. Giving it a fast rotation, I can see the center point is not really where I want it. I'm gonna need to adjust this center point because I'm going to duplicate this object and rotate it around like a clock. Since I can see where it's spinning at, I'm going to line this piece up to the grid. And now I just need to slide the structure to where I think it's going to rotate the best. Now I can check again and make sure my rotation's correct. And I think that's going to make a great spot for a stadium. All I have to do now is set my rotation back to my starting point, create me a copy of this, and then I'm going to make sure that I can rotate this at the right amount of degrees needed. If you remember, a full circle is 360 degrees. However I rotate this structure, I need to make sure that it's going to link up at the end. Basically, I want to make sure the amount of degrees that I'm rotating is an even number so that it lines up at the very end of the rotation for the original piece. I've rotated this copy at 4 degrees. If I divide 4 degrees from 360, that means I need to create 90 of these, rotate each one at 4 degrees. But that doesn't really take a long time, trust me. I do like making sure that things line up properly. It's already starting to take shape. So I do rotate around this thing and look at the different angles. And it kind of makes the process a lot less boring. You really do get some nice views looking on the inside. It really doesn't take long to get yourself into a groove. Just keep running around with the structure and things will go by real fast. Almost halfway there. When I run into a problem like this where I have a seam inside of here, maybe I skipped it or maybe I forgot one, just make me another copy. And I just keep rotating it around. It'll eventually line up into that position. Kind of see it coming around like a wheel of fortune. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to build your structure. You can do different ways here. Each one of these sections looks like it takes over 100 logs. You can either gather these materials yourself, Or you can sit here and try to place them all individually, but this is going to take you a really long time. But what works for me is a console command called Finish Blueprints. I'm giving you a warning now that this does take a while to complete the structure. Like I said, each section is over 100 logs needed, and we have 90 sections. So that's over 900 logs that are going to try to place all at the same time. If you don't have a strong computer, use this at your own risk. That actually didn't take a long time. In real time, it only took about 20 seconds. Not bad. So let's go ahead and take a look at this structure. It is a little bit laggy. That's to be expected with this many logs and things in place. It's actually not bad. If you look on the inside, you can see that we have a perfectly round floor. It looks like it worked out from my stadium idea here. I wanted to try to create that little bit of rotation there. And up here as well, if I wanted to come back and build something here, completely can. I have that option now, and that is pretty awesome. I do like how the logs turned out here for the defenses. If anything, we're trying to flop around the roof. But yeah, I think that looks really good too, with those little A-frames that I put on there. And a spike in between each one. Really nice. Really nice. And then checking out the sidewall here, this is even nice as well. Really do like the way the walls came out. With the design we had, we do have like an interior corridor area. Not really sure what you would call this. A hallway maybe? And we have a bigger section in here. And then we have the big open arena. Yeah, this is a pretty insane build. The best part about it is you can save your game. Line you up a nice screenshot and make you a save. Since it has a chance to re-register all the logs, it might actually run a little bit smoother for you. Just like I said before, we can fully interact with this structure. Oh, and it looks like we have somebody to play with. Oh! Anyways, I really hope you liked what you saw here. I hope this inspires you to make something really epic yourself. Please tag me, hit up my Discord, let me know what you make. Because the idea here is going to change the way you build. Guarantee it. Later.